We are the only species on Earth that pays rent for objects we do not visit. Think about that for a second. We work 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week trading our life force for dollars, only to take a significant portion of those dollars and hand them over to a landlord who houses our cardboard box. The United States is the undisputed. We have built a $40 billion empire on the foundation. We call it self-storage. But let's call it what it really is, a nurse. You click on a specialized storage website and the marketing is clean, bright, and hopeful. They sell you solution. They sell you extra space. They sell you the idea that it starts with a promotion. First month free. Just $29. It feels like a steal. It feels like you are cheating the system. You think I just need to clear out the garage while that is the lie. That is the temporary trap. I know this because I have been 7 years ago, I moved from a spacious 2-bedroom apartment to a smaller loft in the city. I had a sectional sofa. It was a decent sofa, maybe worth $6. It wouldn't fit into the new place. But I loved it. I thought I'd move again. I rented a 5 by 10 unit, $85 a month. Affordable, right? Fast forward 3 years. I finally went back to that unit. I opened the roll-up door and the smell of stale air. There was the sofa. Moldy. Dented. Unusable. I did the math. $85 a month for 36 months. I had paid $3,060. I essentially leased the trash can for the price of a used Honda Civic. Why do we do this? Why do we value why is the fear of letting go so much more powerful than the logic of mathematics? If you were to look at your bank statement right now and you saw a recurring charge labeled fee, yet that is exactly what that storage fee is. So here is the question we need to wrestle with today. We cannot talk about this without addressing the water we are swimming in. This isn't just about you being disorganized. This is about a culture that has weaponized. In America, we have a unique sickness. We conflate success with accumulation. For decades, the narrative has been that if you upgrade, you expand. But real estate homes are getting smaller or infinitely more. The storage industry exists in that gap between our consumerist programming and our physical reality. It is the overflow valve for the American dream. Marketing agencies know this. They don't sell you storage units. They tell you that getting rid of your old hobby gear or your grandmother's dining set, they tell you that you might need it someday. And someday is the most expensive. We are suffering from the endowment effect. It's a psychological bias where if you saw that same box of tangled cables at a thrift store, you wouldn't pay a dime for it. But because it's your box of tangled cables, it feels like an asset. We treat liabilities like assets and we pay rent on them. Consider the sheer scale of this. There are more self-storage facilities. We have built more housing for our old junk than we have for our homeless population. It is a systemic issue. We are terrified of the void. We are terrified that if we but here is the reality check. You are not your things. Your memories are not in a box in a climate-controlled warehouse 5 miles down. And by clinging to the past, you are literally mortgaging your future freedom. Today, we are going to audit your life. We are going to look at 11 specific categories. We are going to expose the psychology, look at the hard costs, and find a way out. The aspirational furniture. Let's start with the heavyweights. The dining tables that seat 12, the mahogany armoire. The good bone sectional. Psychologically, we hold on to we aren't storing a table. We are storing the fantasy of it's an investment in the hypothetical future. We look at the quality of the wood or the brand. We feel that getting rid of it is wastefulness. But here is the hard truth. Wood dries out or warps in storage units that aren't perfectly. Upholstery absorbs odors. But more importantly, the cost of storing. If you are paying $150 a month for a 10 by 10 unit primarily to house a bedroom set, you are buying that bedroom. In 5 years, you could have furnished an entire house with brand new modern furniture for the price you paid to keep the old stuff in the dark. Ask yourself this. If you had to carry this furniture on your back for 5 miles, would you still keep it? Because your bank account is carrying that weight every single month. The swap, sell it now, not later. Now, Facebook, take the cash and put it in a high-yield savings. Money doesn't rot. Money doesn't take up space. And when you finally get that big, the hobby graveyard. We all have this. The skis when you have the kayak when you live in Arizona. The DJ equipment from your brief phase in 20. This is an identity crisis masked as storage. We keep these things because admitting we are no longer the ski. It feels like we are becoming boring. We store the gear to protect our ego. We say, I'll get back to it next season. The hard truth is that technology and safety, by the time you actually go skiing again in 5 years, the rubber on the kayak seals might be brittle. You are paying to store obsolescence? Furthermore, hobbies are supposed to add value to you. If you are paying $2,000 a year to store golf clubs, you use once those. I want you to answer this honestly. Are you holding on to the item, or are you holding on to the person you used to be? The swap, renting. The sharing economy is, if you go skiing once a year, rent it's cheaper than storage, easier to transport, and you get better equipment. Release the gear, keep the memories, and rent the lifestyle only when the skinny wardrobe. Boxes and boxes of clothes. The jeans from college. The suits from when you were 20. This is perhaps the most toxic form of storage. It is psychological warfare against yourselves. We think we are keeping them as motivation. We think, when I lose the weight, I'll have a whole. But in reality, every time you think about those boxes, you feel like you are failing. The hard truth is that fashion, even if you do lose the weight in 2 years, you probably won't want to. Also, fabric deteriorates. Elastic snaps. Moths find a way. You are paying monthly rent. That is not storage. That is masochism. Here is the question. Does your clothing serve your... The swap, keep one outfit, your absolute favorite gold outfit, and hang it in your actual closet. Donate the rest. If you lose the weight, the paperwork, paranoia. Filing cabinets. Boxes of bank statements, utility bills. Tax returns from jobs. This is driven by pure, unadulterated fear. We are terrified of the IRS, or we are terrified of some hypothetical. We confuse records with receipts. We feel like responsible adults when the hard truth is that almost everything is digital now. The IRS generally only goes back 3 to 6 years for most utility companies have your records online. Paper is heavy. Paper is a fire. Paper invites pests. Paying for a climate-controlled. Ask yourself, what is the worst-case scenario if I shred this? If the answer is in jail, get rid of it. The swap, the digital purge. Spend 1 weekend with a scanner app. Digitize the critical documents, birth certificates, deeds, last 3 years of tax. Encrypt them in the cloud. Shred the physical copies. You can carry a lifetime of paper. Do not pay rent for paper. The holiday hoard. The 12 plastic tub. The 6-foot inflatable pumpkin. The Easter decor that is used for we love the holidays. They represent joy and family. The marketing around holidays is we buy deep discount decor on December 26th because it's such a good deal, and then we pay to store it for 11 months. The hard truth. If you buy $50 worth of decorations on sale, but pay $20 a month to store them, the logistical mental load of hauling these things back and forth, untangling lights and dusting off plastic wreaths destroys the very joy they are supposed to bring. The question is your holiday spirit defined by the square footage of plastic in your front yard? The Swap Curator Capsule Collection for Holidays. 1 bin per holiday. If it doesn't fit in the bin, prioritize high-quality scented. Use natural decorations, pumpkins, pine cones, fresh, the just-in-case electronics. The drawer or box of doom, old routers, VGA cables, a laptop from 2012, usable but outdated phones. We hoard tech because it was expensive. That laptop cost you $2,000. We also have the spare part anxiety. What if I need this specific proprietary? The hard truth, tech depreciation is faster than a falling rock. That laptop is worth zero. The battery inside it is likely swelling, and those cables connect to nothing you currently own. Electronic waste in storage is not an asset. Ask yourself, if this item vanished today, would I even notice it was gone before the next time I visit? The Swap Recycle immediately. Best Buy staples and local dumps. If you are keeping a device for the data on it, pull the hard drive out. Data takes up zero physical space. Inherited guilt. Grandma's china, your father's collection of the ugly painting from your aunt. This is the hardest one. We aren't storing things. We feel that if we get rid of the object, we are rejecting the person. We feel guilty. The storage unit becomes the hard truth. Your loved ones did not leave you these things to be a burden. They did not work hard their whole lives to purchase objects so that you could pay a monthly subscription fee. Keeping items out of guilt turns their memory into a financial stressor. That is not love. That is obligation. The question, she'd probably tell you to save your money. The Swap Keeper Token. Keep one teacup, not the whole set. Frame one page of the encyclopedia. Take high-quality photos of the rest and write, then sell or donate the items to someone who will actually use them. Let the objects live a second life rather than dying a slow. The reselling inventory. The stuff you bought at a garage, the old clothes you're going to list on Poshmark. The pile of projects. We tell ourselves we justify the storage cost as a business. We see potential profit in every item. The hard truth. If you have to calculate your holding costs. If you have a pile of clothes worth most people underestimate the time it takes to photograph, list, and ship items. The question, what is your actual hourly wage for this side hustle when you factor, it's probably negative. The Swap the Fire Sale. Give yourself a deadline. 2 weeks. If it's not lit, take the tax deduction if you can. But seasonal tires and car parts. For the car enthusiasts, the winter tires when you live, the engine block for the project car. We justify this with utility. I need winter tires for safety. I'm going to build that engine next summer. The hard truth, tires have an expiration. Rubber degrades even when not used. Storing tires for 5 years renders them unsafe. And project cars. If you haven't touched the question, is the cost of storage higher than the cost of just buying a set of used tires if you ever ask? The Swap It many tire shops offer seasonal tire storage for a fraction of the cost of a self-storage unit. Use them. For parts, childhood memorabilia. Participation trophies, every drawing you made in kindergarten, your varsity jacket. We are terrified of, we want to show our kids, we want to prove we exist, the hard truth. They will likely feel burdened by them when they have to clean out your house someday. You are curating a museum that has no visitors. The question, are you a parent person or are you the swap the memory box rule? Get one nice watertight bin, curate the absolute best. The rest, take photos. A photo of a bulk buying overflow. The Costco trap, 500 rolls of 50 pounds of rice. We think we are saving money by it's only 50 cents a unit. But if you have to rent a storage unit to house your toilet paper, you are not saving money. The hard truth, you are paying a premium per square foot to store commodities that are available at the store 247. The store is your warehouse. Let them pay for the real estate. The question, are you running a doomsday bunker or a household? The swap buy only what fits in your home pantry. The savings from bulk buying are instantly erased by 1 month of storage fees. Calculate the price per square foot of your storage unit and add that to the cost of your toilet paper. It's not a deal anymore. If you see yourself in this list, take a deep breath. You are not stupid. You are human. You have been targeted by a $1 trillion consumer machine designed to make you buy, and a $1 billion storage machine designed to make you keep. Letting go is painful. It feels like physical pain because our brains map loss of possession to the same neural pathways as physical injury. When you throw away that old chair, your brain screams that you are losing a resource. But we have to transcend that lizard brain instinct. We have to realize that the temporary solution has become a permanent tax on our lives. The goal is not to live in an empty white box. The goal is to live in a home where every item serves a purpose or sparks genuine joy, not guilt or obligation. The goal is to stop paying rent for the past so you can afford to invest in your future. So here is your next step. It's not easy, but it is simple. Go to your storage unit this weekend. Don't bring more boxes. Bring a camera. Take a photo of the inside. Go home, look at the photo, and identify one thing you would pay full price to buy again right now. If you wouldn't buy it again, you shouldn't be paying to keep it. Make a plan. Set a deadline. Cancel the contract. The money you saved at $100, $200, $300 a month compound that over 10 years, and you're looking at tens of thousands of dollars. That's a down payment on a house. That's a dream vacation. That's your freedom. Don't pay rent for trash. Rent your life, own your freedom.